Hello everyone and welcome back to the Great Book of Grudges. My name is Nathan and it looks like Creative Assembly have updated their node issues list. And this one is actually better than all the others, considering that they've started to put which ones they're going to aim to fix in the next patch, patch 3.1, which should come out soon, I believe, right? So yeah, this is going to be quite helpful to gauge more or less what's going to get fixed for this next coming patch. Let's discuss the new ones and then let's go over the list in general with what's being fixed. Just a little thing, we don't know what is actually getting fixed. Keep in mind that it says aiming for fix in 3.1, so it could be the other stuff getting fixed, or maybe this is the stuff that is trying to get fixed. It needs to be a little bit clearer. Anyways, when it comes to the new stuff, Crone Hellebron Death Knight missions not triggering. Yes, a big issue because people aren't playing that character for that reason. AI melee units appear to switch targets in combat, causing them to remain idle and lose, aiming for fix in 3.1. It's not really just the melee units though, so I really hope they've been keeping an eye on range and artillery pieces, which just refuse to fire for some reason. There's been maps that I've been playing where I've been able to charge right in and not take a single shot. Next, in domination battles, units with both Frenzy and Unbreakable lose Frenzy when summoned as reinforcements. I'm pretty sure this has been an issue since launch of the game. Yeah. Chaos Dwarf artillery units cannot manually select where to fire, aiming for fix in 3.1. So we can manual fire soon. I honestly thought it was just not there because they were getting rid of it, but good to know that that's not the case. Next, Cafe Fire Rain Rocket crew continue fighting after being dismembered / beheaded. Yeah, that's a bit of an issue. Okay, let's move on. AI-controlled Vlad von Karstein is too tough in battle. Well, Vlad's army is just very, very strong. I wouldn't say that Vlad needs to be tuned down. I think it's just a faction, mostly because they can just keep getting full stacks even after defeated. So yeah, all rights available on first game of campaign, so they're not supposed to be. This has been here for a while. Okay, I mean, it makes sense. They're a bit powerful and sometimes it can trigger some issues. Ariel does not spawn after completing Ritual Rebirth. Yes, a lot of quest battles seem to be bugged. I mean, they fixed the Sunfang thing after about 5 times, but hey. Lord Croak does not spawn after completing his quest battle. Again, something that I've actually dealt with, which is kind of annoying. All Chaos Dwarf factions show players manufactory upgrades in the UI. Not too much of an issue, I'd say. All chariot casters, Ikit, Wolfric, and Slanlords get stuck when firing a magic missile ability. This seems to be happening for casters in general though, so I really hope everything is being tended to in terms of that. Dryker's quest battle, Corridor Unchained, soft locking on a black screen. Okay, hopefully this gets fixed because I actually had a lot of people telling me about that when I was streaming last. So clearly Dryker's a character that people want to play, but it's a bit of a shame when the legendary hero gets locked. Heroes can get stuck in an attacking army and cannot move. Yeah, this is something that I've been dealing with recently. It's very, very odd. I've been playing a Scarbrand campaign in my own time, and for some reason, yeah, this happens. I'm not sure how long this bug has been going on, but I've only started experiencing it myself very recently. When defending Zana Grund, wall towers are not controllable and do not fire. Absolutely weird, considering it focuses on the same system everyone else does in terms of settlements, but I guess it's very oddly specific there. Okay, let's move on. Forbidden Library for Vampire Counts doesn't currently provide a Necromancer unit in Garrison. I mean, yeah, would be helpful. Garrisons as a whole need to be fixed up, let's be very honest here, but hey, right? AI-controlled Dark Elf factions build too many Black Arcs. I've really not noticed it, barring obviously Lokia, who gets that thing where he takes over a large settlement and he can spawn another one. I guess people have been getting annoyed at that because there's certain cases where you're just chasing Lokia around Cafe if you've secured the rest of the country, and he's just moving around with Black Arcs, essentially. Confederated Chaos Dwarf Legendary Lords can die in battle, aiming for fix in 3.1. Okay, so this is good. The fact is that they need to fix that. It's a bit weird, as they obviously need to fix stuff like that, as you spent a lot of time building up your campaign, only to confederate them, and boom, you know? And then finally, players in South Africa experiencing an error when accessing the multiplayer lobby. Weird that that's not being aimed to be fixed in 3.1. So we got a bunch of stuff on the list which is aimed to be fixed in 3.1. You can see all that stuff here. Not all of it I guess, will be fixed, because the word aiming means that they're trying to look into that. There's also, just in general, I imagine some other stuff will get fixed up, because usually not all the stuff from the patch notes does make it here. They're just providing a brief list of what they want to get sorted. I hope there's enough time. I don't know exactly when this patch is dropping. I believe they said 3 weeks post blog for 3.0. I'm not 100% too sure there, but if that's the case, I guess they're working quite overtime here. I'm actually quite keen on the transparency of them saying what they're aiming to fix in the next patch, as I feel like this should be something that they should keep on doing moving forward, as it would give you more of a gauge of what to expect. The only problem is, does it get fixed or not? I'm feeling fairly confident. I think that Creative Assembly are putting a lot of staff into patches, which is great considering that as the game gets bigger and bigger, more issues will come out. I know a lot of people don't want to hear that, but yeah, the more that gets added, the more problems it can cause. I'm hoping the patch is more substantial than it was for 3.0, because 3.0 was literally just mostly focused on multiplayer, domination and stuff like that, which I know is important to some, don't get me wrong, it's just I'm more focused on campaign and single player, like the majority of the other players, and there's a few issues when it comes to campaign, which, yeah, I'll list it on screen. So, yeah, okay, this is looking good. One thing I'm very curious about, if you go back to the roadmap, is that it's 3.1 and 4.0. I hope there's still plans for 3.2, and that it's not going to be waiting for a while, because I've kind of liked the 6-week patching schedule. I think it's been very good for the game, and it's definitely led to a lot of improvements. We're going to have to wait and see. I mean, we still have to wait till patch 4.0, which is the one with the Shadows of Change DLC, to have the general campaign AI improvements and the ongoing settlement battle improvements. There's a lot of stuff that already is on the list, which does make me quite happy to see some fixes, well, possible fixes. Again, you can't really take this as setting in stone, and I really need to stress that out, because I know there's a lot of people who are going to look at this and go, oh, they said this was going to get fixed in 3.1. No, they said aiming. I know. I'm not trying to defend them here, but it's just temper your expectations regarding certain fixes until we actually see the fixes there. Either way, I feel like the game is getting in a better place with each passing patch, so I'm feeling really optimistic, especially after the roadmap was released. It definitely makes me think that Creative Assembly do have a lot of plans for this game in the future, and I just can't wait to see the rest of it. I mean, the DLC stuff does sound quite interesting, and even then, they barely given us any information whatsoever, so yeah, it's good to see the community a little bit more active again. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about all these fixes in the comments below. Well, possible fixes. And let's start a bit of a discussion. Only one video today, as I've got some family stuff to deal with today. Don't worry, everything's fine. But I'll see you all again very, very soon. Have a good day.